My mama told me you attract who you are. So if the black woman don't have nobody to submit and subserve to, that's because she's attracting all the wrong men. You attract who you are. That's why you keep picking the same kind of men you got to complain about.
And that's real talk, man. You pick who you are. You decide who you are. You could let your past dictate who you are. You could be like, well, my mom was like this. But when you look at somebody in the past who got bad results, why would you want to be that? You should be patterning yourself after others who got different results from the results you saw that you don't even want.
Tell us the truth.
All right, what's good, YouTube? It's your man, Book of AlphaRonomy, a.k.a. Doc BOA. Yep, I got time today. Sometimes, man, you have to remember that as a man, you deserve to have a woman who's going to be submissive. All this talk about who's not submissive, who is, women who are not submissive, just let them go do their thing. Like if she's not submissive, then you shouldn't even be dealing with her in the first place. If you want a submissive woman, bypass those who are not. You can't change a woman. Let me tell y'all something. I mean this. A grown woman does not become submissive. There's no such thing as a woman will submit to the right man if he blah, blah. No, she won't. She'll play the role on your ass and act like she's submissive to get what she wants. But I'm talking about a woman who truly views you as superior to her in a way that she should take an inferior position to you in the relationship. That's what marriage is based on. Traditional marriage is based on the husband being superior and the wife being inferior. Now, the husband having the responsibility of superiority, which means provision, protection, direction. Yes, all of those things must be in place, but that woman must be in a position where she understands that your word goes. Your word is law. You rule with an iron fist. It's not a democracy. It's a monarchy. You understand me? Like you're a monarch. You rule this thing. And if you have a woman that's willing to do that, and you're in a position to provide and protect, it's perfect. But if you're in a position to provide and protect, and you still got a woman who want to not listen and want to do things her own way and want to, go make her own decisions, that she still got her own agenda that she focused on, she deserves to be a single woman. And I'm telling you, the majority of women in America were not trained and raised to be submissive. They weren't trained to be wives. So they don't deserve to be a wife. They really don't. You don't deserve a job that you're not trained for. She understands that when she goes to work, so she needs to understand that when it comes to dealing with you or any man in a relationship, any real man. But let's listen to Charleston White. Check this young lady about understanding why she likes those criminal-minded men who ruin a woman's ability to be able to properly bond with a man who would be a true husband to her. Let's take a listen.
Woman is not trained and raised to serve. The black woman is raised up by her mother, watching her mother take through the abuse to serve. The black woman don't see her mama serve nobody.
So I have a question. What if black women don't really have much to
but they
submit
do.
and
But,
serve?
hold on. But they
So
submit and serve to their
that?
baby daddies. The niggas they let impregnate them. So they submit and subserving to somebody. They submit to the white boy on the job that mistreat them, that she complain about. She submit to the pastor that she go give her money to. So she submit and subserve. She just pick and choose who she want to submit and subserve to. And when she pick wrong, she blame the man. My mama told me you attract who you are. So if the black woman don't have nobody to submit and subserve to, that's because she's attracting all the wrong men. You attract who you are. That's why you keep picking the same kind of men you got to complain about.
And that's real talk, man. You pick who you are. You decide who you are. You could let your past dictate who you are. You could be like, well, my mom was like this. But when you look at somebody in the past who got bad results, why would you want to be that? You should be patterning yourself after others who got different results from the results you saw that you don't even want. But 9 times out of 10, you meet a woman out here, she has been told that she is something to behold. Even though she's been traipsing around, spreading herself thin her whole life. I want you women to understand something. The more men you sleep with, the less value you have to the man you would actually want to be a wife to. You could keep going dealing with these same men, having these babies, or going out here dealing with these same men who mentally, physically, and spiritually abuse you, sometimes financially abuse you as well. You could keep dealing with these men, but you make yourself off limits to a man who is in a position to provide and protect for a wife. Because as men, we know what we want to have around us every day. We want a woman who listens and a woman who obeys. Listening and obedience go hand in hand. You can't obey if you don't listen. So if you always doing this, I already know you're not going to listen. So you're eliminated from the gate because you don't know how to shut up. Also, if you're controlled by your libido, it's because you have always been so sexually active that you can't put a stop on it. You can't put a lid on it. When you got to have it, you got to have it. There is no resistance. You got to have it. So that means anytime you can love your man to death, or as much as you possibly can, considering you can't pair bond with him, but you can have all the affinity and affection for a man. But if he's not around and you need to be pleased, whoever is around has a great chance to please you and be pleased by you because you can't control your libido. Your mentality is not wired to say, okay, that's my man. Out of respect for him, I can't do this. Your body will overcome and overtake any other thing in your life because you started being intimate too young, to at a point where you couldn't control any other aspect of yourself. Your physicality and pleasure overtook all of your senses. And even to this day, you are still wired like that. So you're going to keep attracting those men because they're wired like that too. That's why you'll see these people in this environment where nobody makes any money, but they have 5 babies or they have 6 babies and they're struggling. This woman has 6 babies and she's living in the projects. This woman has 6 babies by 7 men and she's living in the projects. This woman has 3 babies and she's living in the projects and she's only 21 years old. Why is that? Because she's led by her libido, and the only men who are interested in having a woman around them full time who is led by her libido is a man who is also led by his libido. And here's the thing. A lot of times you have these guys, you may be a D-boy or you may be whatever type of criminal there is, and you're out there and certain women like that criminal element because to them, it represents success. Well, you know, it represents success, being able to grow to 40 years old and still be in the same profession, still being in the same profession in your 50s, your 60s. As long as you want to work and grind, as long as you love what you're doing and you wake up every day with the energy to do it, you could be in that profession and there's no prison time behind it, or there's no death and destruction behind it. But these women would prefer that. And I say to you guys, let them have that. If that's what they prefer, let them have it. If you prefer thug love, go get you some thug love, baby girl. Go do that for yourself. Don't be out here trying to meet good men and fuck up their life because deep down inside, you know you want thug love, but you also know you have financial responsibilities. And all this time and all your life, when you ain't had no responsibilities, thug love was okay. But now that you got the responsibility, even though you still want thug love, now you want to come into some good, wholesome man life and try to mislead him into believing that you love him and you can't love him, that you respect him, you can't respect him, that you have an affinity for him, you can't have an affinity for him, that you pair bonded with him, you can't pair bond with him, that you want to be his wife, you don't even know how to be a wife. Stay over there with your thug love. Stop coming over to this side. And you guys, stop letting them come over to this side. If she's a woman who spent her whole life on thug love, let her ass stay over there on the thug love side. There's consequences and repercussions to that. She don't get to live that. And then when the consequences and repercussions come, she comes over here to the good man side. No, stay over there. I'm talking about don't even play with her. She ain't worth playing with. You know how we say some women you stay with, some women you play with? That woman over there ain't worth playing with, not for a man over here on this side. On this side, we're different. On that side, they're all the same. And they also believe that you should not only stay with them and play with them, they believe you should pay them too. And I tell you, men, you shouldn't pay. You shouldn't play. You shouldn't stay. Because you work too hard to put yourself where you are in this world, to give it some scallywag and watch it all drift away. Because your blessings that came without no stressings are not meant to be shared with her and her messings. Remember that.